Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is your BSIS Firearms instructor, Mr. Martin with Public Safety Institute. And today I'm going to show you how to get your BSIS Exposed Firearms Permit issued as soon as possible, the fastest way possible. Okay. And that is to process your initial paperwork online. So let's get it right into it. There's actually 5 things you need to do to get organized and get ready to do this. So let's get in, take out your paperwork and follow along with me. The first set of paperwork is your initial firearms paperwork. Okay, your application. When you did your training the first day, you got this paperwork we filled out in class. The second form is called your firearms qualification applicant. I like to call it the DOJ eligibility form. Looks like this. The next form is your completed fingerprints called the live scan. And the last form is your examination report when you did your assessment, your psych test that you passed. And the optional form is going to be the first page of your application if you are a veteran, if you check that off, or a spouse or a refugee. If you marked any of that on the first page, you must attach that, okay? So let me share my screen. Okay, so we're sharing my screen now. So let's follow along, okay? So these forms, you have to scan them. This is very important. All these forms that I talked about, make sure everything's scanned in one single file, and the maximum is 50 megabytes. So make sure when you compress this, make sure it's not over, because they will not allow you to attach this to your online application, okay? So your first paperwork, okay, is page 2 of 8. Make sure it looks like this, okay? Of your initial firearms paperwork. Page 2 of 3 is the signature page and your date. Page 4 of 8, I like to call this the rain sheet. So this is the facility information along with the instructor signature and date. This is the firearms qualification applicant, new application. Make sure everything's filled out correctly, right? The next one is your fingerprint form. Make sure this form is specifically for security guard with firearm. Make sure it has that on your live scan form, everything filled out, sign it and date it. And very important that you have the fingerprint provider that filled out the bottom. That's proof that you completed the fingerprints, right? And what I told you earlier, that optional page, if some of you clicked you were a veteran or a spouse or a refugee, make sure you scan your DD-214 or the refugee status along with this paperwork too, okay? And the last form is going to be your examination score report for your firearms assessment, your psych test with a score of demonstrate. Make sure you have all these forms in one file like I have it here, okay? So make sure that's saved in your desktop, okay? So we have all this scanned. So let's go ahead and process it. Let's go ahead and process this online on your BSIS account. So once you're ready to do that, go to your BSIS account, bris.ca.gov. Enter your user ID and password that you have. And let's get right into it, okay? This is your portal. Whenever you're ready to go in, go to the left side. It has applications. Start a new application or take an exam. Choose board. We're going to do the drop-down menu. And we're applying for the Bureau of Security and Investigative Services. Application type, choose application. We're doing the initial firearms permit. Before you press select, make sure it has Bureau of Security and Investigative Services. Make sure the application type is initial firearm permit. Confirm, press select. Okay. Now, it has a lot of information in here. Basically, it's what we covered in class or wherever you went to do your training, they covered it. Talks about your fingerprints, the state fees. And let's go to next in the very bottom. The next section is your initial firearm permit and Information Privacy Act. So go to the bottom that you agree to this in order to proceed to move forward. Now, the next set of questions, they must all be yes. Question 1, will you be paying your application fee with a credit, debit, or prepaid card with a Visa, MasterCard, or American Express or Discover logo? Answer is yes. Are you at least 21 years of age? Yes. Are you a United States citizen or have a permanent legal alien status? The answer is yes. Are you prepared to attach the paperwork to this application? Again, make sure you have everything in that order. I advise you to do so and pre-scanned and under 50 megabytes, okay? Press next. These questions are not that complicated. Are you the number one? Are you a peace officer? No. Most of our students are. It's going to be no. Have you ever served in the military? Or put a yes or no. Again, if you put yes, make sure that you have that document, your DD-214 ready, attached to it in one file. Are you the spouse of a domestic partner of an active duty member of the armed forces holding a current active license in another state requesting expediting of this application? Put yes or no. Make sure you attach your documents. Or do any of the AB 21, 23 statements apply to you? Yes or no, but make sure you're ready to attach proof of that. Are you required to provide your certification, firearms range qualification training form or peace officer exception documents? Yes or no. Okay, if you're not a police officer, everything's going to be no. If you are, make sure you have your peace officer's info scanned along with this paperwork in one file. Now, the next set of questions, we're going to associate your gun permit with any other licenses that you have. 99% of you are going to be associating your gun permit with your guard card. So are you associating your firearms permit with your security guard registration? Put yes, okay? Now, some of you are private investigators, qualified managers, alarm companies. So this is probably to you if you want to associate your gun permit to these other licenses. Are you associating your firearms permit application as a PI? No, or yes. If you're yes, of course. Are you associating your firearms permit application with a PI, qualified manager, QM? No. Again, I'm doing this for our basic security officers, so everything else is going to be no, okay? Now, if you are a private investigator or you work for an alarm company, just put yes if it pertains to you, okay? So we have all this information ready. So let's press next. You're going to put your official name here. Make sure you put your social security number. Make sure you put your date of birth. Press next. We're going to put your address now. Okay, address of record, address type, drop down menu. You can put address of record. Okay, press next. And this is where they're going to mail your license. Fill everything out. Put your cell phone number and your email. Okay, and then press continue. The pop-up screen comes out that the post office recognized your address. Press select. And your address came out, and let's press continue again. And the summary of your address came out for you to verify, and press next again. And this is the next section. It talks about your initial firearms permit, your firearm license instructor, and facility info. Go ahead and go to page 3 of 8. Correction, page 4 of 8 of your initial firearms paperwork, right? The one with all the squares. Okay, page 4 of 8. Wherever you went to go do your training and you passed and they signed it, it's going to have that page there. Okay, so make sure that you go in there and look at the facility name, put it in there, the facility number. Okay, must have TFF, right? Whatever the license number is, the instructor name, and the instructor license. Okay. So again, it's going to be on page 4, correction, page 2 of 8, okay? Page 2 of 8. Yeah, I'm doing all this wrong. Page 4 of 8, okay? Make sure you go to page 4 of 8. Again, page 4 of 8, okay? It has the facility name, the facility license number, Make sure you put TFF, whatever they put for the license number, and the instructor name with the instructor license number, okay? TIF. Once you confirm all this, go ahead and press next, okay? Right now, this is where you're going to do your attachment. Again, this is very important. Make sure all your forms are in one single file. Okay, your initial application, fingerprints, your assessment, your supporting documents, police officer status, your DD-214. Make sure everything's in one single file. Individual size, 10 megabytes. Total combined file size, 50 megabytes. Okay, this is very important. Go ahead and go to your files that you saved in your desktop. And then press next. It's going to give you a summary of your application, okay? Once you confirm everything, press proceed to payment. You can put yes, that everything's correct. You did not lie, proceed to payment. And it's gonna tell you that your initial application fee, the state fee is $100, so put add to cart, okay? Or you could pay now, of course, but let's just put add to cart, okay? Now, your application status here is pending. It says not submitted because we have to pay the state fee. Under additional activities, if you didn't pay for it yet, it says make a payment in cart, press select. Tells you an automatic fee of $100 for your exposed firearms permit. Click Visa or MasterCard or however you're going to pay for it. Press next again. Press next again. And it's going to take you to the payment page. Okay, let's stop my share. And that's the process on how to process your exposed firearms permit online on your BSIS account. Again, I'm going to give you a summary. Have all your documents in order. Make sure they're 100% accurate. Make sure you have the fingerprint form in there. Make sure you have your PSI assessment, psych test ready, and the other attachments in one single file. Okay. Again, I really hope you found this information useful. Please follow along, pause it, and wish you the very best in getting these permits faster. Like my other videos, subscribe to make sure that you get up-to-date information. Okay. If you have any questions, comment below or send me an email or go ahead and give us a phone call. I'm here to help you out. Again, I want to say thank you for watching my video. This is your BSIS Firearms instructor, Mr. Martin with Public Safety Institute.